2, 3, in the place to be.
I like to introduce myself. My name is
And it goes a little something like this.
Going way back to the early days.
Way back in the days when hip-hop began.
For all the pioneers, I'm going way back.
Love to hear the story again and again of how it all got started way back when.
Listen to this, just listen to this, just listen to this, just listen to this.
From the gutter style. Real beats plus real rhymes equals the Pioneers Hip Hop Show with my man Whirlwind D on Kane FM.
D on KFM.
Yo, this is Phil Most Chill, still out to kill. And you are listening to the Pioneers Hip Hop Show presented by Whirlwind D on Kane FM. Get busy, get lost.
Now we are ready if you are ready.
Yo, everybody in the Flavour Unit is real deaf, but we're gonna make one record all together. Who's gonna go first? Here's another rapper that thought he caught me sleep. MCs should feel froggish, leap. Rhyming dictionaries on the contrary. Stop playing, stay the same, mind vary. From A to Z, just like the alphabet. Find another brother to with, cause I'ma get angry. Then run through the chain of command. The last to stand flag, cause he's a dead man. Egos are bruised, MCs get confused. I filter out the whack, then cruise past that swift pace. Let's lace the rhyme with dope, take a toke, just in case the song is too strong. Take 2 pulls and pass. Smoke fumes from the mic might make you gas. For another breath, it's a slow death. Fight you try, but you die now. Who's left? Dead on the rifle. If you survive, you'll remember the name Flavour Unit. I got you, Apache. That's me, so please stop talking. I'm a walking one-man posse. Stepping on thin ice, flex is smooth and nice. Each cut's precise. Here's some advice, I like power. It's time to peep the guard. The Flavour Unit Assassination Squad. There's no need to wonder why you was kept in the dark. Your rhymes are not flowing, they showing stretch marks. Who told you were death bro? Thinking your choice and your voice sound like you got strep throat. Yo, there's another duck, the certified buttercup. You better duck, I'm throwing lyrical uppercuts. Verses are versatile, I'm worth your while. Put a punk against me, I'll murder the child. Thinking I'm a mystery that gets to me. Playing around saying you're gonna diss the G. You wish to be just like me. You wanna battle me? I insist that we toss up a coin, heads up. Now let's kick off the hip-hop Super Bowl. See who'll get picked for. Not me, I'ma win by a mile or two and make you feel like a molecule. I stand in the square of pure righteousness. Your song was dope, but yo, it's not hype business. They say you live a life of the rich and famous. To me, it's the life of the weak and nameless. Rappers get roasted, toasted, barbecued. Lyrics explode, then it blown into particles. Thought you was sly and slick, a clever cat. You take me out, yo, never that. On guard, a descendant, a master part, the Flavour Unit Assassination Squad.
Make a wish like Aladdin. I'ma step to the mic, you wish you had it. Cause I get mad when you attempt to invade my queendom. Stop dreaming, don't hand me that. I murder, maim, and handicap a female, prevail. Start biting your nails, you're nervous, join the service, I'm hyped as hell. A feminine teacher in the form of Queen Latifah. I hype the mic and pump the speakers. I don't wanna dig too deep, who are you to sleep on me? The queen of the Flavour Unit posse. You wanna step, then step hard. This is a Flavour Unit Assassination Squad.
I listen to some rip while the others stand stiff. I'll uplift the gift and have nothing to deal with. The bull some get pulled from, it hurts my nerve, but I'ma serve, give them what they deserve. They wanna try to act hot like they just won a jackpot. Think they can flow?
But no, not by a long shot.
The J without delay, here to display. While other rappers decay, the Flavour Unit will stay on the top of the situation. Untouchable concentration leads to elevation. We'll stay untouched with a style that's too much. As the mic gets clutched, suck the dope voice, put fear in your heart through your ear. Listen close and you'll hear the unit coincide as one. Outsiders run. You want respect? Forget it. You'll get none. Alibi, improvise, teach, you'll learn it. Get respect the old-fashioned way. We'll learn it. We'll shoot, execute before I'm through. Yo, this is what I'm prepared to do. Rock that ass real fast. The nation's hard. The Flavour Unit Assassination Squad. This session. lyrical session, a family affair, Ali Bosky's Latee. Off another dose of words to shank a man. Tenacious, the hip-hop anchor man. A little bit of rap, blown into dominance. Roll MCs over on my own recognizance. The beat, 6-8 causes a swirl. Creating the eighth wonder of the world. It's my turn, so I think I'll flow till I can make a mountain out of a molehill. The king will let off this beat that's so chill, release me, so I can go kill competitors who work through hours of rain. I'm a notorious lynch man, I got powers of pain, pure punishment. So run and get reserved so I can serve a bundle of fit amounts you need. Just the dollars are green. Of the first quench your thirst, but don't misdemeanor. Are you capable? Spit it out, tell me, are you able? Or would you prefer the view from the scorer's table? Razor sharp, hits are being led in. Played my part, this I'm pounding heads in. The dynamic duo of the flavor you know. Ready for any and everybody or who so be. When my lyrics fill the air, I get hungry and the mic's my silverware. I break the crew and face a duel, I'm large. The Flavour Unit Assassination Squad.
Yeah, what's going on, party people? It's your boy, Mikey D of the LA Posse and Main Source, and now I represent elements of hip-hop. So right now, you're tuned in to the Pioneers Hip-Hop Show with my man, DJ Whirlwind D, right here on Kane 103.7 FM. Come on, y'all, keep it locked, man. This is where real hip-hop lives.
Welcome to this month's Pioneers Hip Hop Show on Kane 103.7 FM. In fact, it's show number 103. Craziness, we've been going for about 10 years now. Massive shout out to my man Disorder for the last 2 hours of Dub Chronicles goodness, always smashing it up to absolute perfection. Now, if you're new to the Pioneers Hip Hop Show, each month we focus on an aspect of hip-hop history, sharing the stories and tales, as well as playing the essential records of the time. Now, last month we focused on the history of Miami bass in the 1980s, looking at the inception of the genre via artists like MC ADE, to the popularisation of the genre into the mid to late 80s via Luke Skywalker and the Two Live Crew. Previously, we've looked at everything from legendary crews such as the Juice Crew All-Stars to city scenes, US and UK, including Nottingham, Connecticut, New Jersey, Bristol, and many more. Now, you can catch our previous shows on the Whirlwind D YouTube channel. A huge thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel, and of course for all the comments and chat. We really appreciate it. We're going to do some shouts later on. There are some of the much older Pioneers show on the Kane FM Mixcloud, so you can check out some of the shows from 2012, 13, 14 over on there. So this month, as you probably guessed from our opening track, we focus on another legendary collective, the Flavour Unit. And in the case of this particular show, it's the first Flavour Unit lineup from the late 80s. Now, the track that we opened up was a brilliant posse cut featuring some of the Flavour Unit called the Assassination Squad. The version we played was the one that would officially be released in 1990 on the first Flavour Unit album. And it featured Apache, Double J, Lakim, Shabazz, Lord Alabaski, Queen Latifah, and of course 45 King on production. In fact, there is an older version which is equally dope and was played on the Capital Rap Show way back around 1988-89, but never actually received an official release, save a very rough radio recording which got added to the Queen Latifah LP, and I think another one of the 45 King's plethora of instrumental albums. Don't forget, at the top, or I should say the end of the show, we've got some brand new music, so much good music to come this evening. I'll tell you more about that later. So let's go back in time. Now, in recent years, the name Flavour Unit has mostly been associated with Queen Latifah and her production company. However, the origins of the name go way back to 1987 when New Jersey MC Latee teamed up with local DJ Mark the 45 King to record the classic This Cut's Got Flavour. We're going to hear that, of course, in a moment. Now, in many ways, this would mark the beginning of the collective and, of course, inspired by other great collectives such as the Juice Crew, they would go on to make serious moves. Now, for the purposes of this show, we're going to focus on the first iteration of the crew before Queen Latifah would take the reins, ushering a new generation of artists such as Naughty by Nature, Nicky D, Freddie Fox, and many more. In fact, of course, many of them were established artists already. Now, actually, there was a third formulation of the Flavour Unit known simply as the Unit many years later. We're not going to talk about that third iteration either. On tonight's show, we're going to showcase music from the first Flavour Unit configuration, a collective which included Latee, Chill Rob G, Apache, Lakim Shabazz, Double J, Lord Alibaski, Tawheed, and of course Queen Latifah, with Markey Fresh closely associated with the collective. Sometimes he gets included in that, other times he doesn't, so that's why I put it that way. The unifying factor, of course, that held the crew together was Mark the 45 King, whose production would underpin all of the aforementioned artists. So without further ado, we're going to kick off with the first entry in the ledger. It's an absolute classic. This Cut's Got Flavour.
And beefing, I'll add the flavor so you can sink your teeth in. 3 beats of bitter, that's why I got rid of some crews, but that's old news, now I'm with her. Heavy bunch of hardcore, staring up an encore. Grab the Dom Perignon and pour a glass for yourself and one so I can sip on. Walk on the stage and put a no-slip grip on the mic and hug it tight, say your rhyme and you'll bite. Cause I feel like rocking to this beat all night, that's right. But I'm not quite through with this. It's kinda hard to stop since I'm new to this thing called rapping. It's got me hooked, too strung out, if you can imagine it. Took some friends of mine who took time to be critics, to stop, listen and learn the man did it. Work cause I'm working out to the utmost. To get a close-up, you gotta move up close. To feel the full effect in your dance and wave up. Hands to the man who's kicking the flavor. Forma DJ, because he gave 110%. If it styles and then holds into pros, cause I'm dominant. If you're favored to win, you'll be hexed with an upset. By Latee with enough breath. Sorry that I stepped off beat, I'm entitled to one, but the rest will come sweet cause I got flavor, more than a lifesaver. And on the fader, this beat's creator is DJ Mark. He'll always amaze me. Try to diss him, you'll be pushing up daisies. Exclusively designed for the musically inclined. Go ahead and get off his tip and get on mine. Cause the DJ without a rapper can't keep the joint jumping, can only keep the feet tappers happy. But I know what your choice is, to hear every dope beat with dope voices.
103.7 Kane FM.
Yo, look, you're in my way. I'm telling you to back up. You think this is a game, so I'll commence to rack up points like a pro that I know that I am. Wait on the mic, then go for the slam. You can't slow me down. Talk about stop me. The best that you can do is try to copy the rhythm of the stylist rapper on the wild pitch. Label up able to bust a fat cable. Kids can't cope. You call it a rope. Looking straight in my face, yet the image is kaleidoscope. Due to the drugs you're taking, your brain is baking. Stop and take note of the mistakes you're making. Raking the floor for a pebble. Calling me brother, but you're not on my level. I'm too much in effect, too much self-respect. I'm too live to ever drive my life to a wreck. I break necks, cash checks, have sex and plex. Do a battle in a flash, then ask who's next. I'm a survivor kicking liver than a Memorex. Stomping out competition like Tyrannosaurus Rex. I'm master educating, you masturbating. Trash for weak raps, you need to be slapped. You suck, turning your kegel in your baseball cap. From now on, wear a beanie. Stop chasing the genie. I'd rather chase a cutie in a teeny bikini. Sip martinis on the rocks to keep it cold. Then chase it down with a quarter-old gold. The chill will fill you with the weapon of wisdom. I master creation, never plagiarism. All for me a blast, you must be joking. Let my posse find out, your butt will really be smoking. This cat is courageous, outrageous, contagious. Most DJs say they can't wait to play this on a plate or platter made from wax. You wanna hear me chit chatter, then pay the tax. Even on cassette I make suckers sweat. And the whacked are afraid of me, cause I'm a threat. Yes, you're all wet, caught up in my net, but I'll let you go. There's no need to fret, it's time to rewind. So go ahead, flick the switch, it's fat, catch it, wild pitch.
Kane 103.7 FM.
Roll out the red carpet. I'ma start this rhyme about a king, an artist and the hardest working man in the business of beats. Down by law, raw, no need to repeat what I said. You can ask red, the king ain't no joke. That's why the suckers all fled. They ran away, stayed away, out of sight to see. The 45 king indeed, your highness, New York's finest. Man to program beats made by science. Fiction facts, a lot of rappers rap, a lot of DJs scratch, and a lot sound whack. To us they're suckers and can't compare. Roll out the red carpet, the king is here. Yeah, sure, he's tall, he won't stall or fall. He got 1,000 different beats and can rock them all the way. He does it in a breeze with ease. Make another DJ say, yo man, he is fresh. The 45 king is deaf, the final line, colon effect, boy. I'm telling you straight on up, he's rough and tough, and he knows how to cut. A record collector, program director. You got money, put it up and I bet ya. When it's ain't all that you got, a little or a lot, you'll get rocked. House, wax, tax, you won't ever come back, Jack, that's how it is, and it's staying like that, y'all. Suckers can't compare. Roll out the red carpet, the king is here. He's on the throne, New York is his hometown. He's down and can hold his own. Waiting in tons, never on the run, no way. Sucking stage like a shotgun pumping. Hardcore raw, beats that thrill. Make the coolest of the coolest MCs get ill. Like a Brooklyn bum rush in effect. It's the 45 king and I'm Mark Fresh. Hard hitting it, kicking it live on stage in person. The king and I get busy with beats and rhymes. In the crowd out loud, bust like a 9 times out of 10. The king will win. Knock a roll suckers down like a Mac 10 automatic weapon. Suckers can't compare. Roll out the red carpet. The king is here. Yeah, guess who else is here? In the flesh, Markey fresh with my right hand man JJ and a 21 posse. My brother Rashid and a Prince Street posse. And my homeboy, Cool DJ Red Alert and the BDP posse. And we're getting bigger, and stronger.
From the US to UK, my crew is cold crushing them. Either out digging for gems or we're discussing them. With the deal, y'all, this is Oxygen representing vinyl veterans. And if I ain't out digging in the crates, I'm listening to the Pioneers of Hip Hop show with my man Whirlwind D on Kane 103.7 FM. The realness, y'all.
Welcome back to the Pioneers Hip Hop Show on Kane 103.7 FM. If you've just joined us, tonight is all about the legendary Flavour Unit, and we are focusing on the original configuration built around DJ Mark the 45 King with a host of artists that we mentioned earlier and will continue to mention as we go through the show. Now don't forget that at the end of the show we've got some brand new music from the likes of Action Bronson, Junior Disprol, Czarface, Farmer G and much more. So much good music at the moment. So we begin our journey with a record that it is said led to the coining of the name the Flavour Unit. Latee's brilliant debut, This Gut's Got Flavour, on Wild Pitch Records. Now around 1986, Latee, Double J and Apache, who were all at school together, met the 45 King, who had moved from Queens, New York to Irvington in New Jersey. And we touched on that a little bit in our New Jersey hip-hop show. You can catch that on the Whirlwind D YouTube, where we run down the history of New Jersey. So let's get back to it. 45 King had recently moved from Queens, New York to Irvington in New Jersey. And soon this group of artists, Latee, Double J and Apache, who were all at school together, started working with the 45 King, first in his attic in East Orange before moving to the legendary basement. Now it's here where the crew would start to coalesce, with other MCs such as Markey Fresh and Lakim Shabazz regularly spitting rhymes to the 45 King's beats. In fact, the 45 King had previously released some instrumental records, his first being as far back as 1984, which of course he would go back to doing during the mid-90s. Now, the 45 King was clearly all about beats, and you can see this because over the years he has released so much instrumental stuff, and of course his beats are up there with the very best of them. But interestingly, when you listen to a lot of his records in this period, and certainly the 3 records that I just played, if you listen to those records, you'll notice he leaves a huge section at the end for the beat to roll, and I think that just shows how tied up in the beat 45 King was. So up next we heard the debut from the mighty Chill Rob G. That was the flip side, Wild Pitch, which was an ode to Stu Fine's label, which signed both of these early Flavour Unit MCs, that is Latee and Chill Rob G, after regular rotation from DJ Red Alert on Kiss FM. Now Chill Rob G first became involved with the 45 King after meeting Latee at a party. Next stop was a visit to the basement, where he laid down a few rhymes which instantly caught the 45 King's attention, and the rest was history. More about Chill Rob G later on. Our final cut was a brilliant 12-inch single which featured Markey Fresh, and we played the track The King Is Here. Now, in fact, after this, the release of this 12 in 1988, it would be repressed a year later, actually reaching number 60 in the UK charts. Pause for the cause, of course. Now, the reason they reached number 60 was because of the legendary 900 number, which was part of the beat suite on the flip side. Now, this legendary Marvel Whitney sampling beat would, of course, cement the 45 Kings fame over the years through its use. And I have to say, the people that used it credited DJ Mark. Tracks like DJ Cool's Let Me Clear My Throat. The MC on the record, so I'm moving away from the flip side, the beat suite now, was Markey Fresh, and he was one of the first MCs to spit at the basement, and like the 45 King, he had moved from New York to New Jersey when he was 16. He went on to release a 12-inch single on Jive, as well as an EP with DJ Mark in the early 90s, but very sadly, he passed away in 2010. Up next, we've got another basement MC. It's Lakim, Shabazz.
Lakim is rocking raw dope rhymes again. Peace, brothers and sisters who are out there, give me your attention. I like to share with you, bear witness to you that I'm not scared, but I'm prepared to do hard labor. Do me a favor, clean the wax out your ears, because this is the state of the art. To see whose lyrics is the most sharp, I came to tell you I'm a breed apart for the rest of them. I'm the best in them, I question them, start testing them, then I manifested them, the knowledge given to me by the Almighty One. And while I'm doing my thing all night, I'll have fun. It's not a hard task, it's kinda simple and easy. Just give me the instrumental, and I'ma rock your long live. The infinite style is unorthodox, rhymes are most different. Ali Bosky throws a lyrical swift kick, I throw a lyrical roundhouse to uplift the party. If you're sitting, I'll make you get up and check out this dope setup, cause I'm fed up with your weak rhymes. You think they can beat mine, but you and your lyrics just suck. The geek lines, I won't brag or boast, cause I'm the most choice. From coast to coast, you hear the dope voice. The type of guy that gets hyper. Keep your Heineken and pass me the piper. Pop it, let the celebration begin, yo, cause I'm rocking the raw dope rhymes again. Like a woman, I'll marry her and carry her on with lyrics so strong they break a sound barrier. A man is intelligence and I'm an intelligent man. I don't believe it, I can't, cause I can get busy. Copacetic, give me the credit when it's deserved. You know I have to get on some of your nerves while I'm dropping science like this on the mic. It has to get some of you pissed, but really, it doesn't bother me. I just say, so what the hell? You think I care? Emphatically, no. I'm here to rock you right here on the spot. No need to wonder, I'ma tell you what I got. Lyrics got loads to come. I'm not opposing none. I'm getting dumb, cause I'm a chosen one. Party people get down, now are you with me? Coming to you live in effect from the Brick City North, known as hardcore heaven. No half stepping, if you do, you get left in the back with the whack pack. You talk jumping out right and exact jack. You better walk, punk, because your rhymes will be fatter than bruise uncontrolled. I'ma shake, bake, rattle, and roll and mold them into rhymes of perfect this style. After that, you're guaranteed to crack a smile. So listen to the rhymes that I send, boy, cause I'm rocking the raw dope rhymes again.
Kane FM.
My mellow Latee was kicking flavors. The Ari Posse said, yo, Latifah, we can do this. So I paused and took a thought, then my brilliance I caught, and I agreed, cause I already knew this. Now you should wanna flex, cause I'm in full effects. Queen Latifah is 5-0 on this set. You've been begging and dying for somebody's rhyming to set you free. For God so loved the world he gave you me. I'm coolin', teaching those meeting, schooling, and the mic, this mic in my hand, I'm ruling. So prepare your mind for my lifeline. Queen of royal badness. Latifah has the spirit, so we'll head for the water and dive into the wrath of my madness. Constantly I've been getting higher, causing her to run away. Queen Latifah getting higher, causing her to run away. Some MCs act bold and arrogant, vain, and using each other to compete with. These subjects I pity, cause their minds are not witty. Like Mozzarella around it, so delicious you could eat it. Now there are those who like my taste, but don't consider biting. It's penalties for those who don't do right and just be reciting everyone else's work. That took a lot of thinking. It's not a fault your thoughts are shrinking, but mine are growing. Yes, you know, like all the woman inside of me, despite what you do or say, and even in spite of me, brothers. Catch my eye with little hijinks like Iris, dying to have a lover of my likeness. So release all your shyness, just call me your highness, and dare to feel the wrath of my madness. Constantly I've been getting higher, causing her to run away. Queen Latifah getting higher, causing her to run away. Word of mouth is always everlasting, and everlasting are the words that I bring. The ruler of the ring is Lord Ramsey, and music is made by Mark the 45 King. You tremble for my treble, you're begging for the bass. The voice is too vicious, the same as the pace. The crowds, they love me, the brothers give only hugs. The strings of it button flies fit quite snug is a bug. You know why? Because I'm bugging off the beats that DJ Mark is loving. So black soft the sounds that are pumping. I'm jumping with energy to turn your mind to gladness. Come on, just get into it, don't lie and say you've been through it. Feel the wrath of my madness. Constantly I've been getting higher, causing her to run away. Queen Latifah getting higher, causing her to run away. The scene is mine, cause I took it. I took it for the money and I took it for the fun. Don't step up in my face, you don't wanna feel the taste. Don't try to play me out, cause I'm not the one. Brothers on the bra strap, sisters clocking my sound. Why? Because they wanna be down with the Queen Latifah in command. I supply the concept for you to understand. For those who wanna bite, don't make me have to fuss. The only thing you get is the gluteus maximus. Suckers on the tip. You're loving me, you're living me. You're wishing one day that you could have this. Come on, you know the time. Just be thankful for the rhyme and get up on the wrath of my madness. Constantly I've been getting higher, causing her to run away. Queen Latifah getting higher, causing her to run away. Constantly I've been getting higher, causing her to run away. Queen Latifah getting higher, causing her to run away.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
You're listening to Kane 103.7 FM.
There's a man-eating warrior, terrorizing, striking in the nighttime and surprising anyone that's caught off guard. Try not to be caught because the penalties are hard. They'll nab you, grab you, cold stab you, then suck your blood dry and have you pulverized, skinned alive, eaten down to the bones, badly beaten up by teeth marks, engraved and left. Somebody was eaten to death by a cannibal, animal form like creature. Conduct reminds you of a double feature thriller. Night killer, gorilla, jumps on your back and drill a hole in your soul, in your own blood. You will drown. After dark, this is Cannibal Town. Well, there's plenty of fog and mist in the air. Compare that this is rather rare for a town to be so quiet and lonely. The cannibal is struck. I guess I'm the only soul survivor, the first arrival that's on the set. So I'll drive a tank to stop any cannibal animal. I love it when a plan comes together, right, Cannibal? Yo, anyway, when he starts to roll on this town again, I'll grab a hold on one. We'll nab it, grab it, then stab it, then put a bullet in it and just have it burned alive, torched and scorched and roasted. For all the times it's killed and boasted about. Anyone is hurting the past. At last, we get to hang foot in his ass. So, snap out of it. It's no dream. I'm not another from your local rap team. I'm bigger than the biggest, powerful as a crane. Sane in my brain, that's the way I remain. So walk softly if you're creeping, and peep this if you're peeping out the new style that I just dropped. So just follow me till we reach the top. He's the 45 king, doing this thing. When he pump up the bass, he's the amazing that's on the mix. The beat creator, yeah, check it out. Get with you later.
Hey yo, this is Phil Most Chill, still out to kill, and you are listening to the Pioneers Hip Hop Show presented by Whirlwind D on Kane FM. Get busy or get lost.
Welcome back to the Pioneers Hip Hop Show on Kane 103.7 FM. If you've just joined us tonight, it's all about the legendary Flavour Unit. So before we get back into the story, a couple of gigs to look out for. Myself and Specific will be returning to the Lindisfarne Festival later on this year. You can catch us up on the Temple stage on the Friday night, part of the Bridge hip hop event. The date is the September the 1st to the 4th. And trust me, Lindisfarne is always awesome. We've been there. This will be the third year that we've played there. It's such fun, such a great festival. You can even catch a bit of madness up on the main stage. Going to be absolutely raw. Hopefully see you there. Hot off the press, we've got another gig, King Kashmir, supported by Cosm and Mick Swagger, coming to Boogie Down B-Town, Bournemouth of course, on Friday, May the 27th. And the Beeline DJs, myself, Specific and Crease, will be playing on the night. There are a few tickets left, but you need to get those tickets in advance. Catch the Facebook, check out my man Specific's profile for links to that, as well as my own profile. So let's get back into the Flavour Unit story. So we find ourselves in 1988 with a group of incredible MCs coalescing around Mark the 45 King. Now, first up in that volley of cuts, you heard the brilliant socio-political rhymer Lakim Shabazz with a track called All True and Living, taken from his debut album on Tough City Records. Now, Lakim had been writing rhymes since 85-86 and was actually hanging around with Markey around that time and a little later on, hoping to get a foot into the industry. However, a year or two later, his manager suggested a meet-up with 45 King, and this would quickly lead to his classic debut album. Next up, we heard another debut, this time by Queen Latifah, who actually got her start with the 45 King via her mother, who had hired 45 King to DJ at an event. Now, this led to the beginning of a partnership that would see Latifah quickly rise to fame, and of course, a few years later, replaced the 45 King as the face of the Flavour Unit in its second configuration in the early 90s. But as I said earlier, we're stopping with the first configuration. We're not going to go any further on that. Now, the track we played was, of course, Wrath of My Madness, which came out on Tommy Boy Records. The final cut we played was Cannibal Town by Double J, who would eventually score a deal with 4th and Broadway, but by this time, in the early 90s, he had cut ties with the 45 King, and of course the original Flavour Unit had split up by the time he got that deal. He would only release 2 tracks as part of the original Flavour Unit, the track you just heard, which was on an indie label Shanpen, and of course his appearance on the brilliant Assassination squad, which we played at the start of the show. So by 1988, the 45 King had assembled a crew of formidable MCs who were making serious moves in the hip-hop game. Up next, another splash of brilliance from Lakim, Shabazz.
See, I'm an art you are living, so take heed to the knowledge that I'm giving, and you will be uprisen upon your highest point of achievement. You will receive this loud and clear, and I mean this is a warning or precaution. Proceed with caution. I'm so manipulative, I'll use distortion and twist out the normal shape or natural. I'm writing exact, my facts are actual. I make it freeze, seize where you stand, man. Lock them up and chop them up just like Mr. Handman. With negative brothers and suckers, yeah, I've dealt with. I won more championships than a Celtics. Got a feeling for rap the first time I felt this. I got me a pad of paper and a felt tip. And started going to work with rhymes and words. I'm not a joke, a jerk, got no time for nerves. I got the time around making money of things. You wanna taste the honey, girl, give me a ring. Cause I'm a father, I'll fill you with the cream of life is right, cause I'm an original being. I'm very militant, prepared for the holy cause. Are you the same? If not, take a total loss. You keep listening, you will be uprisen. From the grave of a slave, I'm an art you are living. Pushing rhymes of a heavyweight, yours a middleweight. It ain't my fault you came to the party just a little late. You lost the turn to rock, now it's your turn to jock a real rap professional. Burn the block down, cause I'm a lyrical prophet, prophesizing my little rhetoric is hardcore and ask if I give a damn, a man, about what you wanna do. Cause I'ma tell you right now what I'm gonna do. Take 120 ducks, 120 suckers, 120 more blind, deaf and dumb brothers, fake MCs, wannabes, yeah, that's good and plenty of them. And now the mile is over 160 of them. The number of blind brothers used to multiply. They were fed the wrong food to loads of lies. Now it's decreasing cause I'm unleashing my knowledge itself. I'm holding my belt and I'm teaching those that need to be taught and brought up into a square of pure righteousness and get caught up with the lessons they're blessing to keep you from guessing all praises. Or due to Allah, you get the message. Cause I'm a provider of lyrical torture. I absorb lyrics like a sponge with water. To me, knowledge is food like digging smacks. I'ma dig it. Keep listening to the art you are living.
You're listening to the sounds of Kane 103.7 FM.
All rise. Supreme Court for the County and State of New York is now in session.
The name is Chill Rob. The name is Chill Rob. The name is Chill Rob. Chill Rob. Court is now in session. you're caught in the middle. Need a lawyer to litigate some legal dribble. Now you're back on the streets like it ain't no riddle. How long will this last? You seem to love crime. Today you're out here, tomorrow you do time. Word is born, arm your brain and shoot. Yo, the state is cold, ready to prosecute. Oh, you think you smarter? The system's older. The ace has been dealt, you're now the holder. The name is Chill Rob, there is a good God. My rep is not scarred, I won't commit fraud. Can't say I lied, there's nothing to hide. I say with much pride, court is now in session. Court is in session. Court is in session. Court is in session. Court is in session. Friday night, we out playing the corner. Not because we hoods, cause we wanna. No drugs being sold, we ain't dirty. Polaroids in effect, watch the birdie. Turned around, heard the sound of sirens. The boys, they collared me, asked me where I've been. I told them that I was right here all night. Looking at each other, they smiled and said, alright, you think you're smart. You wanna be tough, get your ass in the car. You're coming with us. I said to where for what? I ain't guilty. The name is Bob D. You just can't milk me. Now I'm sitting in a courtroom all day. I claim I'm innocent, but that's what they all say. Bunch of my brothers lined up in the hallway. They hear the type of price I might have to pay. If honesty is a crime, hell jail me. Tapes I make to escape the daily routine. I'm too clean, you got nothing on me. Arrest that sucker for being so corny. I run the truth, make it plain and simple. Cops pop the big shots quick as a pimple. Snatch him off the street, drop him in the can. Chain him like an animal, forget he's a man. This might be a little raw for some to eat, but this is food for thought that I speak. If you can't stand the heat, I think you know the rest. This is live, not a test. Court is in session. 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 It's a pity the way the city treats the poor. I got congressmen, councilmen, tell me what are they for? I write them letters, better I even give them a call. But they kick back, cool out in my city hall. I pay the tax, they max them, but they ain't passing off. They try to beat me, they treat me like they think to themselves. You're a pal of the hours later than you think. While they sleeping, I'm creeping because I'm on the brink of insanity. Vanity keeps my hygiene clean. Stop this and listen, and then you'll know what I mean. It's no mystery, history keeps repeating itself. I last long, I'm strong, my rhyme completing itself. I put the pen to the pad and let the words flow. I put the mic to my mouth to make your mind grow. So nighty-nighty, alrighty, I'm putting heads to bed. You sound tired, you're fired up over what I said. There's no stopping, I'm cold, dropping your toy boys. No bull, I'm hitting you with the dope noise. Court is in session. Court is in session. Court is in session. Court is in session.
Kane FM.
Superior firepower is what I'm holding. Before I let it backfire, I'm unloading. A deadly display, don't think I can let it end. Non-stop, much to my chagrin. A repeat performance from an enormous individual giving you ways that are flawless. The longer I go, yo, the better I get. Awards are given to me, I'm the recipient. This record hits, then let it deal with the facts of the case, none of the rhetoric. Let bygones be bygones. I will sometimes strong be deadly, steadily for silence. Centuries, MCs with a mess you're making. My lyrics are self-explanatory, breathtaking. Brother man, nothing can make me suffering. I'm a tougher man, my style of rap is another brand. The kind that just lets my brain go. Pause, speed up, pause, presto, change it. The beat plays the background, I'm in the front court. Ollie Bosky's my name, so you want more. War, I get heavy with the weight of a tank. Taking 10 paces in turn, cause you're shooting blanks. You can't master this, might as well dance and flex. I'm in full, giving half effect. Mark 45 King, fundamentally sound. Pump the petrified dance flow with a bass pound. If I don't meet the beat, then I'm a fool. And would rather be a vegetable. I'll exercise my power to pain you, and you'll suffer, cause mentally I drain you. Don't make room while I proceed to drop some hard lyrics become top gun. breeze, I'm at ease and feeling greater. A one-man wrecking crew, full-body robust flavor is what I kick. Do you up as if you were licorice whip. I'm a strangler, hip-hop, I'm hip. Cold cashing it, harassing them, breaking. Bounty hunters amount to nothing, I'm title taking. All of you enemies, don't think of dissing me. Because I'm wired, I blow you to smithereens. This here is critical, suckers persist to boring. Step indoors, lock my crematorium. I'm steady flooring them, because they soft when I bet them. 45 King is my ultimate weapon, it wouldn't be smart if you're a trader. Rap smart, your art's artificial flavor. I just attack hoods. I engage in raw spelled backwards. Two things can happen, you can win or bleed. There's no escaping arms of those of a centipede. It's meaner, no misdemeanor. So come cleaner, pockets greener. You were a seer, now a believer. Ever since I was born, back in the days of my birth. You know my name and I can wipe you off the face of this earth. So don't play me like some monkey type Neanderthal man. I write the funky type around me and my posse, my man. Now let's do it. The Flavour Unit is going to rule it. Took the crew to the cougar's nest. And we flew it, so explosive. My main motive is to go get a party that's speeding and slow it down. This competition could never make me abort my mission. Steady loading my Larrys with ammunition. Take notice, here's a warning shot from a hot one. Lord Ali Boxers are equipped to become Top Gun. The Flavour Unit strikes again. The 45 King, I'm Lord Ali Boski, and there's more firepower to come. Top Gun. And we goes.
Yo, what's up? This is Chrome representing the All C&I, No Half Stepping Records, and you're checking out my man Whirlwind D on the Pioneers Hip Hop Show on Kane FM. Keep it locked.
Yo, D, I was just messing with this beat in the lab, and I thought, you know what? Let me just pass him this beat, rock 32 bars straight, and we're gone. What are you saying?
Kane 103.7 FM, the Pioneers Hip Hop Show, and tonight is all about the history of the legendary Flavour Unit, at least in its original configuration under the guiding hand of super producer DJ Mark the 45 King. I've got to say a massive thank you to everybody for interacting with, locking into the show, whether it's live on Kane FM or whether it's via the Whirlwind D YouTube. We really appreciate all those comments, those subscribes and those likes. So before we move on with the story, we're going to drop a few shout outs to some of those regular listeners on the YouTube channel. We massively appreciate those likes and subscribes and comments. As I say, it's great to get in those conversations about the history that we so love. So I've got to give a massive big up to my man John McCann. He's shouting out his crew, the Belfast City Breakers. Also to my partner in crime Specific, the Beeline and Cold Crush fams. To Paul Jackson, to JP, Mark Strong, Trevor Chatfield, to Sam Kratt, Junior Disprol, Barty, Richard Ballantyne, Dice One, Kai, Howard Giel, Glamorous, SG Hip Hop Junkie, Mark Prowl, Miracle and Jazz, Frankie Raw, to my man All City, Keith Harris, Affleck One, Tristan Forshaw, Clapper, Riddler, Andrew Tucson, Jojo Mavricus, Suburbia, Tough Cut, Danny Brown, Attila Gig, Isaac Pollock, Das Solo, Somi King, and Chin Beats. We got more to come though. Big up to all of you and to all of our listeners. It's hugely appreciated. So first up, back to the story. First up, we played a track from Lakim Shabazz's debut album, which in my opinion is seriously underrated. Such a great LP, 45 King production at its best. Now, originally known as MC Lakim, he would spend a few years perfecting his conscious approach and his craft alongside DJ C-Just before meeting at least with the 45 King that we mentioned earlier. Now, his debut album showcased this conscious approach, which given his affiliation with the 5% Nation comes as no surprise. And he would stick to this formula on his second album, but label politics and trying to break free from Tough City would prove an obstacle. We then moved into another track from Flavour Unit original MC Chill Rob G. This particular track is very sought after, but it's in fact one of the most collectible Wild Pitch releases. The track we played was a DJ Soulshock and Cutfather remix of Courts in Session, which featured on the B-side of the rare promo version of the main single, which interestingly even has a different cat number to the single Courts in Session. Now, Soulshock was from Denmark and would go on to tour with some of the Flavour Unit in the early 90s as their show DJ. Both Cutfather and Soulshock would move from hip-hop as part of Denmark's Solid Productions to working with some of the biggest acts in the world, such as Tupac, Whitney Houston and Usher. In fact, most recently, Soulshock was a judge on the Danish X Factor. Anyway, I digress. So the final cut we played was by Lord Alabaski. It was entitled Top Gun and released on Tough City. Now, Alabaski got his start through his close friends Latee and Apache. At first, so legend tells it, he would just hang out at the basement, and then over time he started spitting rhymes too. And by 1989 he'd released a 12-inch single on Tough City, and soon after he was ghostwriting for the Flavour Unit, especially some of the verses that the 45 King would spit. By 1989, Mark the 45 King was recognised as one of hip-hop's greatest producers, alongside the likes of Marley Marl and Said G, and the next record would certainly cement this reputation.
Let's start the show, all systems and go look alive. The Queen Latifah, the king of 45, bringing a mixture, a pure flavor. I make beats, she write rhymes, so I gave her a sample sound. Then she added a compound word. This is for those who haven't heard of King and Queen. Combine minds and trample those who oppose us. Here's an example.
To broaden your thought, the king and queen is on the set. The competition's petty and ready to step to the first one. Go ahead, rehearse one. I hope you don't know, you sound like the worst one. Rhymes are smoking, concentration can't be broken. Queen Latifah's outspoken, use your imagination. Picture this, any male or female rapper trying to diss. Hip for excitement and enticement. When my competitors killed, I go build with my enlightenment. Teach the youth, feed the needy. Confident and descendant of Queen Nefertiti, the mother of civilization, will rise like the cream and still build a strong foundation. Secondary but necessary to reproduce, and I like the fact that I'm black and I don't lack. Queen Latifah's giving you a piece of my mind, a rhyme spoken by a feminine teacher. Rhymes I do employ, no time for slimy toys. I'm steady and stable, and my label is Tommy Boy. Backed by the unit, produced by the king. Confess you're impressed with the style that we bring. For the hip hop patience, this is a king and queen creation.
Technician, musical musician, I'm stating facts. Strictly non-fiction and hip-hop. You wonder who's the trouble most. Creativity, you get a double dose. How can you stop me? No, I put you to a test. The rhymes on Romeo,
the beat to Juliet.
Which how they blend, this makes me a hard one. Persevere, I'm here, give hard one. Strength producer, I sent you an ultimatum. Hardcore worldwide, it's how I take them. I rock, never hyperventilate. Others get tired, can use a commercial break. 45 King, DJ Mark's my alias. It takes a ton of MCs to prevail against me. Just listen, I'm unstoppable. You want a mission? This one's impossible. Beats rock all night with no curfew. My talent's advanced, you haven't a clue. How I do it, the smoothest, lupus, spare it. If the sound fits, I wear it. Many attempts was made, none was recognized. 45 King, set sound personified. I'm gonna run the random check, find out who's next. You're pretty good, but not quite a legend yet. Studio mixer, I got the formula. It's every man for himself. I'm warning ya, it's my domain. Just ask my chauffeur. My right to grip everything from a boot to a sofa on time. It's a usual act. Can't wait to beat down a 45 studio track. I'm into rap with no urge to sing. I'm DJ Mark, 45 King of Swing.
More than meets the eye.
I'm dope, face it, shoot it, freebase it, pour it in a glass, drink it, chase it, then chill, flex, feel the full effect. The impact is similar to a train wreck. It's whack to me when the beat is more hype than the MC, cause what he's saying is empty, dull, void, without substance or content. You need to slow your speed, stop the nonsense. These are the words of the rising sun, surprising some who thought I was just another humdrum. Average type non-MC who found the mic and thought he was hype. Nah, that's not me. I'll take a page, write a phrase, and rephrase it. Treat it like a national flag and upraise it. So a nation of people can feel proud about a brother who speaks out real loud. I'm here to rock the show, clock the dough, and let the words flow. Flow, flow. Enough tough talk, as a hunter I must stalk. So each day I prey on dunks that like to play, laying games to frame the self-same truth that got them off the stoop and help them to recoup. Stone cold backbiters, bulwark rhyme writers, give you a little party and now you don't know nobody. Diabolical fools pursuing happiness, lacking finesse, I'm left unimpressed. I heard you rhyme a few times, each time you blew it. You're soft, you can't go off, I knew it, let's be realistic. I'm not egotistic, but your crew just not that artistic. Point blank, the song stank. Yo, I know you want the truth, so let's be frank. I'm in starting this hard, not known for being subtle. Patiently, I listen to all types of rebuttal. Don't say this, don't say that, change your lyrics. Everybody's a critic, it's getting kinda hectic. My rhyme is authentic, so it shall remain. My writing, exciting, never mundane. In actuality, my personality keeps my mentality based on real life situations, not speculations, but verbal illustrations of how I feel. You have the audacity to doubt my veracity, or to insinuate the G will prevaricate. Your disposition is beyond my recognition. I fail to see the reason for your constant disbelief, and why should I lie? What would I gain? Nothing. So when I speak, yo, I don't be bluffing, I be puffing on high-powered sets once. I don't try to front or back away from a challenge. I'm game. You suckers rhyming sound like your lips are lame. You seem to need therapy for your speech impediment. Take this advice because it's for your own benefit. I'm energetic, magnetic, and athletic. One more thing, and it's called poetic. My style's unorthodox, but of course it rocks. And when it comes to styles, I'm overstocked. You might never get to hear my last rhyme, cause I've been writing since you heard me last time. I could go on, the G is strong. I rock the show, I clock the dough, and let the words flow, flow, flow.
Hey boy, you're not hitting it.
So hip, they make you flip me through somersaults. The style is hype. Yo, I doubt if it's hyping in mine, so you better snap out of it. None of my rhymes are short, you're blind to get caught. You lost track of the rap and my time warp, my savior. But then I save myself and those that need to be mentally dealt with, I gave ya the knowledge of God, disregard the small talk. I'm gonna hawk and stalk. Your arms are just too short to box with God. How could you think that lock was stepping off? You think I'm soft? You better think twice, boss. I've been begging for please on your knees at your church cross, ready to percolate. Lyrics start to circulate into your veins, causing you to have a nervous breakdown. Clown, get out here to witness. For suckers like you, I put them all on my shit list. Give me your eardrum, here comes another death style. A fierce one, it's my career, son. You think I'm half-stepping, boy, you better bail out. I won't repent, won't retreat, won't sell out. I'll take a black man and as he shakes my hand, I'll ask the question, are you willing to take a stand? If you're not, I find that sort of odd. I'm telling you, your arms are too short to box with God. Nurture, education further. You learn, listen, observe the way I flip the style is untouchable. What's up with you? I won't fight, bust with you. I'm concerned you have to learn. You don't believe you exceed third degree burns. So get to loose and knock your boots, and I insist. The beat consists the funky loops and whooping hi-hats, courageous kicks, soulful snares that are there as the rhyme shifts. Back and forth and back. You're the whack, trying to write what I write, and your jaw will crack. Out, push up on you, trying to warn you, get into the cities. Now you're a goner. Smile, child, keep your poise. Got dope beats, dope rhymes, definition, dope noise. Writers and non-writers on, trying to write the poem correct. Report you down like ya. That's too far-fetched. Try to mess with locks rep, cause I can't see how long your arms can stretch. Why's the dumb, yo? It's my duty, black. Keeping step will get caught in my booty trap. Crush and bum rush those who are lacking. I'll combust with the thrust of a Mac 10. Uzi lose me, you better choose me. Don't refuse me or try to confuse me. Do it any way you wanna. Do it any way you wanna. Cause I'm a front, the style is real, wild, profile is hard. I'm telling you, your arms are too short to box with God.
Hip-hop forever, yeah. Right now I'm out of England, fresh out of Ghana, listening to the Pioneers of Hip-Hop show on the Kane FM with a man like Whirlwind D and a man like DJ Miracles Kane.
Welcome back to the Pioneers Hip Hop Show. If you've just joined us tonight, it is all about the legendary Flavour Unit, DJ Mark the 45 King and his crew. Don't forget, as per usual, we got some brand new music at the end of the show from the likes of The Good People, Czarface, Action Bronson, Junior Disprol, Forma G and more. So much good, dope music out at the moment. Okay, so let's get back to the story. We find ourselves in the late 80s, a time when DJ Mark the 45 King and the Flavour Unit were becoming a formidable force in hip-hop. We open with a great cut from Queen Latifah's debut album on Tommy Boy, which also featured 45 King on vocals. He did occasionally drop a vocal on different tracks here and there. Prior to meeting the 45 King via her mother, which we touched on earlier, Latifah had been a beatbox in her own group called Ladies Fresh. Now, a few years later, having recorded a demo with the 45 King, she caught the attention of Dante Ross, who was a producer and A&R at Tommy Boy Records. Quickly, this led to her debut album, All Hail the Queen, which this track we played was taken from. And of course, that album blew up very quickly. And the track we played was called A King and Queen Creation. After that, we played the classic Let the Words Flow by Chill Rob G, which first appeared on the B-side of the regular release of Courts in Session. Now, this, of course, leads us nicely onto the controversy with the power. I'm not going to go into huge detail here because there are lots of sides to this. There's lots of debate, but taken from the strongest sources at the moment, I'm going to give you a very quick rundown. You probably know a lot of this already. It's a huge in-depth story, as I say, and we could do a whole show on it, so I'm not going to go into that level of detail. But suffice to say that Chill Rob G's vocals from the track we just played were sampled by two German producers. Now, initially, they essentially created a mega mix, sampling Let the Words Flow, the vocals anyway, alongside King of the Beats and a Jocelyn Brown vocal, as well as some other samples. Now, there are rumours that Stu Fine had originally licensed this a cappella to these two German producers, but this is one of those contested areas, so I'll say no more on that. However, when the dance track that they had created blew up, eventually under the name of Snap, Stu Fine decided to put their own version out under the name of Power Jam. An unintended consequence of this was that when Arista licensed Snap's version, which of course blew up worldwide, they couldn't use Chill Rob G's vocals, so all but the Getting Hectic line, that very famous line, were replaced by the vocals from Turbo B, and Penny Ford's singing vocals were also added. Now the Snap version would of course become a huge worldwide pop sensation. But like I say, I'm going to pause the story there and return back to the Flavour Unit. I have to also add that track we played from Chill Rob G, Let the Words Flow, I just love the way 45 King used that Police sample. Absolutely incredible. So the final cut we heard was Lakim Shabazz follow-up 12-inch to his first album, which was another stunning piece of work. However, the flip was produced by Louis Vega, one half of Priority One, and would be an indication of Lakim's move away from the 45 King in the early 90s. Up next, we've got another original Flavour Unit MC we've not heard from yet. It's the incredible Apache.
Flow easy, dope beats tease me. I don't just flow, I float. NMCs be waiting to hear the crisp and clear hype effect. I'll inject and connect, so run home and protect your family from danger. I'll arrange for a stranger to pretend, get in, then rearrange the way you look. You should've took a chance in advance to dance. Clap your hands, this is a black man's intro into the industry. Hip-hop ministry, here to diminish the devil who said he finished me. Hold them, blindfold them, put them to rest. Before I yell ready, aim, fire, what's your last request? Light flash cigarette, don't pull a trigger yet. Did his eyes get bigger yet? Now pull a trigger, get him up and out of here. Do with them what you choose. As a matter of fact, give him some choose. Watch him sink to the bottom. I got him, Flavour Unit, shot him. Be glad you're not him, fertilize your mind with knowledge to keep it growing. My talent is showing, my vocals are blowing, and I feel like flowing. Not everybody can flow or rap to a momentum as cool as a breeze blows. Even for those who made it as complicated, for me it's simple, because my body's a temple. Hold on steady as I flow. Where I stop, no one knows. Those who suppose anybody can do it. These are words from a fool's lips. When I'm in their presence, they tiptoe through the tulips. Escape routes are found, some flee underground. MC seek safety from the sound. Survivors who press up, don't fess up. Be smart, put your best up. If you mess up, I'ma start to riff and rip. Apply a firm grip on the mic, then proceed to whip and strip. Titles snatching crowns and poison poets run over rulers. Old schoolers think that although it's a new jack's in the back, he can't hack it. I'm strapped with the rap and the full metal jacket, so run for cover or discover. Each rhyme contains 7 ounces of guard brain. For those who think they flow like water, you ought to try to sound similar or sorta like me. Beware when the grill starts glowing. I'm a rainstorm, I'm not even warm and I feel like flowing.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
you're listening to Kane 103.7 FM.
this melody. I'm strapped with a rap, press up and I'll commit a felony. I'll yoke 'em and smoke 'em, man, I lost how I broke 'em down like Lego. Let go my ego, pump the sound. I'm hard, harder the hardest, smart, smarter the smartest. I'll adjust, bust by far, further the farthest. Apprehend and then watch me begin. Trespassers will be shot, survivors will be shot again. Grab the wave, got intruder alert, rhyming expert. Watch me convert and insert the fluid of reconstruction is my instructions. Conjunction, junction, that's my function. I hate to wait, can't tolerate bourgeois. Let's maneuver for security while I allow the forbidden to learn and earn and trust. I'll let the sunrise on the just and unjust to flow it like fluid. EQ it, mark, sample a dope sound. Now let's do it, I'll engrave and enslave each phrase obeys. Yo, listen to this murderous murderer, catch the wave. Witch doctor, I'm harder and cuter than diamonds. I got to smash rappers that think they gonna and wanna be, but they're single-handedly raps creativity with dope beats, weak rhymes to say I gotta pay to hear you rock. When did you start rhyming? Yesterday? I'll take and date you. Can you relate to the science that's being dropped? MCs, I hate to watch you get paid. Lathe and upgrade the B-boy rap status when DJ Mark made a high tech, hard rock and deep knocking. State-of-the-art sound, Shabazz is dropping, and I'll commence to communicate and elevate. You think you're hype, but not cypher, so vacate the stage, leaving void and empty. Tempt me, I'm a murderous murderer, murdering many. Can't we resolve, solve, get involved with the nation? The black man was the first in creation. I'm deadly and dangerous, and I won't allow to fight Shabazz. You be Allah, drop some science. See, it's not wise to underestimate my virtue. Get out of line with the rhyme and I hurt you. I'm on a mission for a musical purpose. Try to stop me or drop me is worthless. I got the upper and the winning hand. When I rhyme, I leave your head spin. Stand at attention and listen to what I mention. This is a lot Shabazz invention. These are the words of a smooth soloist. Don't try to sweat, better yet, call me a vocalist. Squeeze off rhymes like bullets from a 9 milli that'll knock you silly and ample time. Style that I use to amuse is like a stutter step. Don't mean to brag, but I haven't met a brother yet that can flow as good as Shabazz can. See why he just holds the record in his hand. I draw attention by words I mention in hip-hop. That's when all the BS stops. The circulation of my blood increases. I'm ready to rhyme, now it's time to release this. Lyrical landslide, watch as his hand flies. Left or right, the crossfader glides. Back and forth, making sounds that'll pound, that'll drown out the whack. And showing up attack, clowns cuts are left up to just. The lyrics are left up to me, the L.A.K. Lakim. Don't mean to diss you, but the issue is that your lyrics are slum, fake, and artificial. You wanna press me, then leave your slum back. See, I'm on a comeback. This is a dumb track. Attack the stage, I go in a rage to stay paid. So now it's the guard and catch the wave.
Kane FM 103.7. This is your #1 radio station. Tune in and rip the knob off.
Brainstorm, better run for shelter. Yo, it's not my fault if you're caught, cause you felt the first drop, but that was just a warning. Now before I stepped in, the crowd was yawning. You're stalling, falling asleep, you must have been. Better wake up when you feel a strong gust of wind. Cause at times I am the light that shines with knowledge to generate intelligent minds. But then sometimes I feel gloomy and gray with no same intelligent minds fall straight. But why waste time on the snowflakes when I can rock flavorful styles with the king on the slow break? You heard my takes, so now you know. Lyrically I estimate more power than Hurricane Hugo. Batting your hatches in practice, the ceiling will shake and vibrate when the DJ scratches. Perhaps it might collapse, fall in the laps of the saps who lack but think they rock the ruggedest rap. Poor chaps who can't adapt, neither chill or get kicked in the grill with the back of my boot heel. Yo, I get heated, I get hot, now I'm burning up. You wonder why the dead bodies keep turning up. Cause brothers die when they test the law, ending up on their backs flat face in the sky. I let the lightning strike with the mic and loosen up your bolts, hit you with 1,000 volts. I'm coming, just like a cyclone, a slayer, and I blast you through the hole in the ozone layer. Sky's the limit, coming with no tricks or games, no sellouts and no gimmicks. I come ready to rip it, but brothers be boasting and bragging, ain't it funny how they flip? I got flavor, come and smell the aroma, and take the gymnastics, flip ya back to Barcelona, along with the wax songs to serve me. Bad boys from Jersey, you show you no mercy. Now the clouds, they symbolize in the crowds that gather when I pump up my music loud. Filled with energy, bout to burst. When it rains, it pours, and when it pours, it's a dope verse. It's gonna rain, check the forecast. I'm talking about pain, so you better haul with your small or get trapped in the storm. Once again, it's on. I be like the king that snatched the pawn. Whenever rappers wanna rumble, I remain humble and I don't bite the bait like some do. But some scrub somewhere wanna be heard, and what occurred was my skills displayed on the curb. I went first like the sunburst. After one verse, I scorched them and left cracks and quakes in the earth that lost him. He tried to predict my next line, that cost him. He's the type who likes yelling when he rhymes so often. I run into kids out on the street who souped up and backed by a couple of people. One would beatbox, the other would scream all in my ear. That's when ideas start to hit me. I wonder how far should I go back? I still kick the flavor, name enough niggas know that. Simplistic, original styles that I deliver. Artistic, I rest 5 miles across the river out of Jersey. Conditions getting critical, so peace out to digital and also my physical. Def Jeff on the west, I can't forget Tahi the Jam plus the rest from the LES. AD, Nicky D, Dave on to the Garlock, Shabazz, C Justice and Aquan. Poor Ramsey can do. Peace to my man Big Pies and the rest of the Flavour U. Phil Chill, call Mike 45 King, Jimmy O, Wizzo, Bizzo in full swing. Ali Bosky, sipping on Iced, Double X and the rest of the posse. Chill Rob, K&D Bar, Poppy Die with the funk to the Ill-Town mob.
As you sit in the cheap seats, these beats are hitting the streets, peeps. A sheep sleep I've written in heaps deep. Creep leap to grab him and curse. Look at him and thirst. Like Adam and his madam, I had him first. Word search the greed that I seed and needed. Breed, need and lead him to freedom bleeding. Heathens are sipping, trip your grip slipping. Rip the hits bitten by lips when it's written. I run towns where nuns lounge, lunge nouns and plunge clowns, sleep into depression like grunge sounds. I won crowns where some rounds have come to sundown and unwound, unbound venom and none frown. Some found I'm vexed within. Text to spin, then I skin your next to kin. Let's begin. I sussed your thug lust, and plus I slug dust like a crush in a drug bust. Hark the start proof, I knock the sharp tooth, shark you from park truth, spark your dark booth. Your vision's lit when I spit the precision of it. Grit, collision, and hit. Now your decision is split. Crammer zone, home grammar and jam alone. Slam a tone that's known in a manner to gramophones. Stop crying cause you're trying to hear flows. De-exposed pros on the Pioneer shows. Yeah, this is Cell 1 from the Gutter Snipes. Check it out, Whirlwind D, Kane FM. Shock it, rock it in the pocket. Tick tock it, shake it, pop, lock it. Now you hear the flow. Check the Pioneer show with Whirlwind D as he drop it.
Welcome back. We are nearing the end of our story, but don't forget we've got a smorgasbord of dope music coming up at the end of the show on Kane 103.7 FM, so hold tight for the newness coming up very soon. So let's get back to the story and start to round things off. And the first track you heard was taken from the Flavour Unit album, which came out in 1990. Now that particular track was called I Feel Like Flowing and was the first appearance of Apache, another one of the original crew members of the Flavour Unit. Now it's interesting because Apache had been an original part of the lineup for a long time, but it would take a while for him to finally get some music out. But from there he would strike a deal with Tommy Boy Records in the early 90s. And then from there, we followed that up with another track featuring Apache, but also Lakim Shabazz, called Passing the Mic on Tough City, which also appeared on that 1990 album. Now, of course, he would get his deal with Tommy Boy, and very soon Apache became a big name in hip-hop. In fact, for the early 90s, his name was everywhere. Sadly, though, he would pass away in 2010. The final track we played was the brilliant and very collectible, at least in its original format, Brainstorm by Latee, who, despite being one of the first Flavour Unit MCs out of the box, would only release 3 records during the period. Now, that said, they are all brilliant records. So with the release of the Flavour Unit album and its posse cut, which we played at the top of the show, the crew were now officially big business. Now, interestingly, the posse cut that we played at the start of the show didn't feature Latee or Chill Rob G, and that was due to the contractual issues they had with Wild Pitch. However, legend tells it that they were in the studio at the time that posse cut was recorded. Maybe there's some snippets out there with their vocals on. Hopefully one day, if there are, they'll get a release. So by the early 90s, fame started to take its toll on DJ Mark, who would gradually start to step away, and due to various contractual issues, the original Flavour Unit started to fragment and splinter. Now, DJ Mark has himself said in interviews that drugs became a problem, and for a number of years he would step away, becoming less prolific, recording many instrumental albums that I touched on earlier. But that said, he did return, and he returned with a huge bang with production for the likes of Eminem and Jay-Z in the late 90s. So DJ Mark, without a doubt, has an incredible legacy, and for me, and I would say most hip-hop heads out there, will always be regarded as one of hip-hop's greatest producers. Now, the Flavour Unit would, as I touched on earlier, reform in 1993 under Queen Latifah's guidance, with only Apache and Latee still in the lineup. And a host of already established artists would join the collective, such as D-Nice, Naughty by Nature, Freddie Fox, and many more joining the fold. But more about that on another show. For me, though, the original Flavour Unit configuration, which is what we focused on tonight's show, will always be the perfect formulation. DJ Mark the 45 King, absolutely legendary producer, and every one of those MCs that he brought up just smashed it every time. So big up, big thanks to the 45 King and the Flavour Unit, and of course, very sadly, those MCs who aren't with us anymore. So we're coming to the final part of the show, and it's time to move over to the new jams. There's so much good music this month, so we've extended this section very slightly. The first cut you're going to hear in a moment comes from the brand new Czarface album, Zarmageddon. It's an absolute killer. I don't know how they keep putting out such great music. The track's called Big 'Em Up. We're then going to move to Farmer G and his brilliant album. Features Jess, the cut I'm going to play in Soweto Kitsch, and the track we're going to hear is Uncut Gems. We then move to Junior Disprol, another fantastic album from Junior Dis, and a cut called Death 2. We've also got Shah and the Good People with a track called Just Begun. Big up to my man Mr. Fantastic and AE Productions, smashing out of the box every time. And finally, Action Bronson, still killing it. He's got a brand new album out. We're going to feature a cut called Sub-Zero. So as always, a huge thank you to locking into the Pioneers Hip Hop Show. It's always a great pleasure to have you with us. Thank you for all the interaction on the YouTube channel, as well as live on Kane 103.7 FM. Remember, we are back in 4 weeks' time on a Monday evening, 9 to 11. Check out the Kane FM website, www.kanefm.com, for the lineup you'll be able to see on the schedule when we're next on. So I leave you with the huge, massive sound of Czarface and Big 'Em Up.
Okay, yeah.
She a hold the mic, hit the player now holla. Must see them shirt too tight round the collar. Girl no move, wash it, ah walla walla. Set you on a trend, girl you lead, you no follow. No say no man, have you confused like a girl in a shop. No know which shoes we choose. You know time people business like some nightly news. Okay. Physically fit, yeah you win, you no lose comfort. Big 'em up, big 'em up, big 'em up. All of the girl them. Big 'em up, big 'em up, big 'em up. All of the girl them. Big 'em up, big 'em up, big 'em up. All of the girl them. Big 'em up, big 'em up, big 'em up. All of the girl them.
Chess moves like I'm focused on the decolletage. Yeah, you got it, the gambit, the king is extra large. Fan that Mary Jane on the brains until you 42. Everybody's playing the game, so what you wanna do? Step up a plane with a suit white as moonlight. No time for drama, ducking beef like a food fight. I'm managed with empathy, be my secret identity. Daily joy, yeah, it's magic when we speaking authentically. Come on.
Big 'em up, big 'em up, big 'em up. All of the girl them. Big 'em up, big 'em up, big 'em up. All of the girl them. Big 'em up, big 'em up, big 'em up. All of the girl them. Big 'em up, big 'em up, big 'em up. All of the girl them.
Master craftsman, colder slopes and Aspen. Trash rappers, I wear them out like high fashion. Still smoke on the mic, go for broke on the mic. Funny style, you a joke on the mic.
She a hold the mic, hit the player now holla. Must see them shirt too tight round the collar. Girl no move, wash it, ah walla walla. Set you on a trend, girl you lead, you no follow. No say no man, have you confused like a girl in a shop. No know which shoes for choose. You no top people business like some nightly news. Physically fit, girl you win, you no lose comfort. Big 'em up, big 'em up, big 'em up. All of the girl them. Big 'em up, big 'em up, big 'em up. All of the girl them. Big 'em up, big 'em up, big 'em up. All of the girl them. Big 'em up, big 'em up, big 'em up. All of the girl them. Have you on a gate, you no catch a man yard. Move with your head, y'all no throw it around. No boy can't take you in no circus clown. Independent, baby, work for what you have. If I go boots, make money, feed your youth. You a hot gal, don't know you're fine. Mama tell you this from long time, so no get the boy drew. No kind of grind comfort. Big 'em up, big 'em up, big 'em up. All of the gal them. Big 'em up, big 'em up, big 'em up. All of the gal them. Big 'em up, big 'em up, big 'em up. All of the gal them. Big 'em up, big 'em up, big 'em up. All of the gal them.
103.7 Kane FM.
Hey yo, the rhymes write themselves. I spend all year rapping like the elves. Material top shelf, expect nothing else. KRS-ish, health, wealth, knowledge yourself. Sell high, buy low, you know the stilo. Man break like Craig on the neighborhood Debo. Rest in peace though, we large like Tiny Lister. That's why your chick's so excited, she a pointer sister. Ironically, you're a brother with no direction. Judges giving pinball numbers at their discretion. Alright then, I guess you're looking like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The buck stops the fun ends. You know what's about to happen, uncut gems. Life's a bitch, we just friends like Biz Markey. The spliff's large like a homage to Bob Marley. Rock the party like an earthquake in the disco. Plotting my escape like the Count of Monte Cristo. Your whole outfit is artificial. We seeing how these Muppets evolve. Dark crystal, old school dance hall, spark the pistol. Damn son, your name's Branston, you're in a pickle. I ain't buy that for a nickel. Type of kid who gets sent to the shop for a single. That's you, I'm all blessed like Hachu. What I do is nuts, cashew. Cadzooks, the kids smoke mansuits until everybody stood still like statues. In slow motion, wavy off the potent potion till I accumulate the wisdom of an older ocean. The earth, wind and fire spitting so ferocious. System of survival that's as cold as Nova Scotia's. Weather forecast, interrupting your regularly scheduled broadcast to put them all on full blast. With my flag flown full mast, the numbers that they pitching ain't even in my ballpark. You're all marks to me, microphone mastery. Everything on lock, that's why I hold the master key. Sold the masterpiece and cashed out when the market peaked. Cold chilling like a Marley beat. Farmer G on the cut like Harley Street. It's hard to win, super villain with a Harley Quinn. How I'm living, high planes unforgiven. Walked in the saloon, told the piano man run the rhythm. Spot's been reserved, retribution. Everything he got, he deserved execution. Justice has got to be served. Try and swerve, more likely to be lying on the curb. That's why I'm lighting up the herb, wake and bake daily, so I don't have to choke a bitch like Wayne Brady. The game's way shady. How I could just kill a man, cause I'm insane in the brain, crazy. Cuckoo, street fighting time like Blooku. All this bullshit cause somebody wanna book you. Book. On the night darker than shook. Trying to calm your nerves so you're sparking a zook. Before you show them all what's under the hood. Had your motor running, it just wasn't very good. I never could reach you. I hope the good Lord teach you to bow down and humble yourself before you're see-through. The emperor's clothes were all see-through. Now they want a passport for the needle. It's pure evil. Pray for DMX and all of the people. Scalpel by the chapel, stabbed by the steeple.
Kane 103.7 FM.
They think that I'm a new jack, but only if they knew that. So I'ma have to diss this. They can't do that style that I'm doing. They can't do that style.
The rig hook mangle, plastic driftwood, scuffle with a Bigfoot kick, cluck, the bench shook. In 87, I pushed wreck death to on VHS. If you wasn't hip hop, I would've said F you. I was a ginger-headed nephew, guess who? Last person on the microphone you wanna step to with a rock hazard. When I'm on a forklift and drop pallets, we gotta hold on to what? To a rock ballad. Escort you took one time to mold for torture with water, making you talk into a recorder. 9-letter word, rhyme, mega splurge, dictionary corner, or conundrums are slaughtered. Tons to formulate ways to obliterate it. Sequelated hacksaw, been digging, eviscerated. Even if it wasn't your sort of teabag, you be glad. Don't lick the bee back, believe that. Slug feed, SB conductor chudby. You run about a club in a rugby. Curmudgeon sundries on a budget. They told me I was lovely, but done it so begrudgingly. Step into a club with a plus freak, my please. Must be a dusty, rusky Al Bundy. Front load the beat tape, get yourself comfy. A junkie beefcake, a beat tape junkie. 8-6 rhyme pack, 8-6 white daps, 8-fix white back, Apex highs raps. Stay dressed white slacks, the ruler eye patch. Medulla flight map, unusual flight path. I split a Sanax, bombs over Iraq, ensconced on an IMAX. A plum, hold the side axe, tomahawk knife app, the horror track pipe stash. Swallow tap mic clash, Gamora hype crash bash.
The key is here.
Kane FM.
Yeah, the good people are here.
Once again,
peace.
I'm MC.
Peace.
Shout to Shaw.
Peace.
I face the competition like them open hand smacks to the dome, and then the loser gets that earring tone. I'm on a mission from God, a black brother with blues that's kinda nice with the pen, man. Shipping these written, not in the mail, but in the end they all go postal. Killing any rhetoric, dissing like they supposed to. See, they envelop your ego and enfold you. Got your people trying to straighten you out like I told you. So learn a lesson from the fire that burns you. You met your match, not like all the bridges you burned through. See, that's a signal that you really should turn to. So you best go about your way. This don't concern you. Play small ball, see, and stack the junior V's. Be fascinated, I'm skilled beyond the human league. I got my knee in the neck of your woods training you. I'm Denzel on your first day, I'm training you.
Number one, rhyming for fun and I've just begun. So now you're forced to listen to the teacher speak. Number one, rhyming for fun and I've just begun. Compared to me, most MCs are lesser. Number one, rhyming for fun and I've just begun. So now you're forced to listen to the teacher speak. Number one, rhyming for fun and I've just begun. Compared to me, most MCs are lesser.
5'7" above the earth's surface. Put words in verses that serve a purpose to keep it burning like a furnace. Strictly first class service, I'ma earn your purchase. The wordsmith spit scriptures you won't learn in churches. You throwing threats, I'm standing there unconcerned and nervous. With a grin, that's me getting in your epidermis. What's even worse is when you find out your skills is worthless. I guess the veteran better than the rappers you worship. I never heard a little whoever like who's better. How many times I gotta hear about this dude's cheddar? Here's 2 letters. If you're asking for a cosign of rhymes of dope fashion and mansions. Forget your finances, I want facts and answers. Like how we gonna make advances while you lower stand. If this shit and then you wonder why they can't stand us. Screwing our chances, I'm tired of you damn cans.
Number one, rhyming for fun and I've just begun. So now you're forced to listen to the teacher speak. Number one, rhyming for fun and I've just begun. Compared to me, most MCs are lesser. Number one, rhyming for fun and I've just begun. So now you're forced to listen to the teacher speak. Number one, rhyming for fun and I've just begun. Compared to me, most MCs are lesser.
You're not enough to be a memory. You fall short and you will let down. The followers here that I collect now. Bang your boogie with a beating like disco. I will get it popping like the heat in a Crisco. You talk tough but think of using your fist though. Cause if you persist, son, I'm taking your risk. Flame on. Osley brother, now the heat is on. So you can stop playing the crazy roles like Rip Torn.
Number one, rhyming for fun and I've just begun. So now you're forced to listen to the teacher speak. Number one, rhyming for fun and I've just begun. Compared to me, most MCs are less.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
You're listening to Kane 103.7.